We're taking out this fence line today, and hopefully we're going to take up that one up there too. What we're doing is we're expanding this field here up out into this cow pasture. It used to be the dairy cow pasture, and that field right there used to be the second cow pasture for all the dairy cattle. But we're repurposing it. We're going to come through and plant it all down. We had to go through and we had to roll up all the wire. There's barbed wire. There's three rolls of barbed wire on top, and then there's a shock wire around it. We had to go and take all those off, and now Dad's here rolling up all the woven wire. It ain't pretty, but it's getting the job done. We've probably only been going at this for a half hour, 45 minutes. We already have this much torn out. Just quite a bit. What we're gonna do is down there, on the other side of this little gully, we're gonna fence that back in so that there is some room for the cows in the barnyard to walk around in. This fence has been in there for 35 years. My dad put this fence in the first spring that he worked for my grandpa. And it's been a relatively good fence. I mean, we haven't had hardly any problems with it. Back in 2008 when we had the flood, a part of the fence was pushed down a little bit, and I came out and I put one stake in. Because all the other stakes were kind of pushed over, I put one stake in and that lifted the rest of them up. So it's been a pretty good fence. You can do a lot with the skid steer. That's our own homemade T-post puller. Complete with handlebars. Works like a charm. Some tire I picked up out in the pasture. We're saving all the T-posts And all the wire that we have, all the woven wire especially, that's quite a bit of weight there. It should sell for a pretty penny. Dad's running through and pulling out what stakes he can. Then we're going to come along and pull all the clamps off the wire. Then what stakes we can't pull out, we're going to use the T-post puller on. When you pull these out of the ground, usually the bottoms of them are as nice as the day when you put them in. Yeah, due to the lack of oxygen, they can't deteriorate as quickly. Sometimes you'll pull out posts that are half the size they used to be on top and then the full width they used to be at the bottom. Like this one, you can see it kind of gets wider towards the bottom. Wood posts are actually there to hold the rest of the stakes in place. Due to the repeating freeze and frost, the frost heave action will pick the stakes up out of the ground, so we put the wood stakes in there deep enough that the frost won't be able to lift it up out of the ground. This post broke off, and you can see the ice that's formed on the bottom of it. All the way around it, actually. It's frozen solid. That's what's holding it in there. It's coming at least. I got one piece at a time. Jesus, frost.
Pink.
Yeah, why is it pink?
Magenta, actually. Bring it back.
A neat little trick to coil up wire is to, as you're rolling it up, alternate back and forth on which side that you're rolling it to. Because as you come along, if you put a wire on this side and then you switch it to the other side, what will happen is that it'll tighten this up and you'll have a nice tight coil, which is very nice and it's easier to handle. It's kind of a little trick. We got a little crazy. We decided to work on this third fence line. Now we got the one cross over there taken out down to a point. What we're gonna do is back there, we kept the fence in yet. We're gonna bring it across over here and take it down along the waterway and down over there. So it's essentially gonna be a large triangle over on that hillside. That's gonna be the pasture. And then everything up here down to that waterway, we're gonna crop farm. Now, we almost got this third fence taken out. All that's really left is what's Dad winding up with the woven wire. Then we gotta go through with the T-post puller and pull all the stakes out, and we should be set to go. Then what we're gonna have happen is when we get around to it, we're gonna have Cat come in, push all these trees down, and then burn them, and hopefully farm right across there. So that's what we're looking down the barrel of. The fence up here has always been pretty good. Just that with all the tree limbs and all the fallen logs on this side of the fence, it's a disaster trying to get through here to get the cows if you had one that wouldn't come in. Now that we can finally do what we want with it, it should be pretty nice. Dad smoothed out this corner here so it's not so miserable driving around anymore.